as luck would have it, what we found here is some Auricularia, auricula-judae, or to give the politically incorrect name, Jew's ear. Now that sounds like a kind of horribly racist name, but actually it's a corruption of Judas's ear, because legend has it that Judas was hung from an elder, and wood ear, jelly ear or Jew's ear typically grows on fallen elder, not in this case. So that's where it comes from, it's not some racist terminology. This is the jelly ear, and it looks like an ear, and it's an edible mushroom that is highly prized, probably a slightly different variety in China, and used in a lot of Chinese cooking, but we can also eat this variety. Let's take a close look at its ear-like features. Now, you can see why it's called a jelly ear, or a wood ear, and that kind of looks like a deformed ear. It's very gelatinous, and this is typically cut into very thin strips and stir-fried, and gives a kind of chewy, tangy flavour and texture. So we could just pull that off and take this home. A little child's ear here, which you could take for the table. Some of these are a bit past it, but you can see some of them are in very good condition, so that's perfect. I'll take that one back and we'll use that for our culinary experimentation. These grow quite abundantly, and they'll grow at any time of year. See, that one's even shaped like an ear. Very gelatinous. Perfect example of a jelly ear on an elder, from where it gets its namesake, Judas ear. Judas having believed to be hung from an elder for his betrayal. So it's the next day. I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday. After I left you, after we stopped filming, I was just going through some close shots of the jelly fungus and kind of talking out loud like I do on the video, and then I stopped and there was a woman walking around the forest and kind of looked sheepishly over at me and sort of smiled a little bit, and I just thought to myself, wow, I must look like a maniac. But, you know, never mind. It did make me think, look at this guy, sort of rapaciously fumbling around the forest, grabbing whatever he can stuff in his mouth, trying to eat it all. But by eating it, it becomes part of me, and makes me want to protect it more. Anyway, enough philosophizing. We're back home, and what I'm going to do is cook these, cut them into thin strips, and put them in a pita bread with some hummus and some peppers and some rocket, and treat it like a bit like a falafel without any falafels in it. So let's give this a go. What I want to do is just cut them into very thin strips. Quite delicate. There we are. So these mushrooms, like every mushroom, they will fruit when conditions are suitable for fruiting, so when the temperature and humidity are right. And it just so happens though, with things like jelly ears, that in the UK, the conditions are quite often right. So which means that you can get jelly ears
any time of year, although you're more likely to get them in the wet season. But I've seen them even in July after some rains, for example. True of all mushrooms, really. You will, if you get a cold snap and enough rain, you'll probably stand a chance of seeing them. Trying to escape the pan. Wow. That's quite interesting. What? I did not expect that. Popcorn style. These are of course notorious for being incredibly hygrophilous, so they will absorb water a lot, and that probably explains why they're popping so much, because they're probably full of water which is then creating steam pockets and exploding. I think it's enough. Probably fitting to use chopsticks to pick this up, given its prevalence in Chinese cuisine. It's always pretty strange watching people eat food on YouTube. I'm fascinated by watching it, and it's like on those TV programs where you watch the judges tasting it and you're like, oh, what are they going to think? You can't taste anything. Strange, right? Well, let's try a bit of the mushroom on its own. And the funny thing is, if I watch this back and watch myself eating it, I'll get that same feeling as if I'm watching somebody else like try it. Here goes. It has a, I won't say rubbery, although that does spring to mind. It has a unique texture, let's put it that way, and a mild mushroomy texture. So British people have traditionally not eaten this, and people in the West have traditionally not eaten it, and it has been described as bland. I don't think it's that bland, but it is pretty plain, but it does add texture, so you can see how it fits into Chinese cuisine onto, say, a vegetarian dish or a mushroom dish. Once you've got some spicy flavours in there, you can see why you would use it. People used to gargle it for sore throats, or use it as eye ointments as well. Let's try the full package. I would say that's excellent. Bit of hummus in there, rocket, red pepper, some vegan butter. Adds a bit of crunch, a bit of bite to the meal. What am I talking about? It tastes nice. Oh no! Oh no! That's the problem with having a beard. Hope you found that video interesting or entertaining. Got any comments? Please leave them below. Please like, subscribe and comment, as they say. And it sounds so cheesy, but please like, subscribe and comment. It really helps the channel, helps inflate my ego to massive size, a simply enormous size, and that's what we all want to see, don't we? So let's do it. Catch you next time for more mushroom adventures.